Hello, comic book fans, readers, collectors, cover lovers, noobs. Everyone is welcome here at NerdyGeeks Comics, no matter how you collect. This is my very first episode of Nerdy's FOC, so bear with me as I'm bound to screw something up. If you're new to comics or would like to get into collecting comics, I will have some information at the end of this video that will hopefully help you walk into a comic book shop and feel a little bit more comfortable and get your orders in. So if you're interested in that, it'll be at the end of this video. So let's get to the list. Okay, here's the list for Nerdy's FOC. This is the list for June 16th, 2025. Here we have Absolute Batman number 10. This is cover A by Nick Dragotta and cover B by Gabriel Dell'Otto. I have enjoyed the Absolute Batman series. I know a lot of people are down on the series or they gave up on it. It has had some lows, but it has picked up since the issue 7 when Mr. Freeze came in. And now that Bane's here, I'm even more ready for it. It is by far not the best of the Absolute series. That goes to Absolute Superman, which has just been the most consistent. Every issue builds on the last. So, if you're a Batman fan and you want to give this a chance, it is a lot different, but it's still Batman. So give it a shot. Here we have Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob, number 1. This is cover A by Fernando Ruiz. And cover B, which is the Clerks poster variant, also by Fernando Ruiz. If you're an Archie fan or a Kevin Smith fan, you're probably going to want to pick these up. There are 10 different variants so far, and there's going to be a San Diego Comic-Con variant. So pick whichever one you like, and good luck if you're going to try and hunt them all down. Now we have the Assassin's Apprentice, number 3. This is cover A by Anna Steinbauer. And here we have the Val Halverson variant. So far, this series has been, I don't want to say amazing, but it's been fantastic. Like this story is great. It brings you in. There's no lulls in the story. It just keeps building and building. The art isn't the best, but it's not bad. It's just a different style. But the way the story is told, it's told like it's a podcast or a YouTube video. So it feels like the art fits the storytelling. But by far, this story is strong enough on its own that it just carries the series. So if you can find it, give this a shot. Now we have Blood Type, number 2. This is cover A by Miguel Mercado. I did not read number 1. I did pick it up, but I'm going to go ahead and pick up number 2 in case I do enjoy issue 1. Here we have Conan the Barbarian, number 22. This is cover A by Dan Panosian. And we have a cover F, also by Dan Panosian, the Virgin variant. I'm not reading Conan, but I do love Dan Panosian's art, so I'm going to pick these up. Now we have DC versus Vampires, World War V. This is number 11. This is cover B by Ryan Brown. And here we have cover C, the Homer variant with the Supergirl cover. Doomed 2099, number 1. This is a one-shot. This is cover A by Derek Chu. And a 1 in 100 Virgin variant. And another Dan Panosian variant. This is a foil. Here we have Giant Size House of M, number 1. This is the Ivan Talavera variant. And the 1 in 50 Ivan Talavera Virgin variant. Ivan Talavera is probably one of my top 5 artists going right now. He's just been putting out some great covers. If I see that he's doing a cover and there's no cover art, I'm still probably going to pre-order it just in case because he's been putting out some great covers. Gotham City Sirens, Unfit for Orbit number 2. This is cover C, the Gillian March connecting variant. Last Boy, Number 4, this is cover A, again by Dan Panosian. Cover F, the Virgin variant of Panosian. Cover B is by Angela Wu. And cover C is the 1 in 10 Angela Wu Virgin variant. Predator versus Spider-Man, number 4. This is cover A by, I hope I say this right, Paulo Sigueria. I misspelled the last name there. And this is another variant by Paulo Sigueria, where I did spell that right. So far, this series has been slow for the first 2 issues. I haven't read number 3, but I am here for it. It has been an entertaining series. How this is not a red band, where Marvel's been putting out all these other red bands that really don't need it, I don't know. But this has been a great series. I am looking forward to seeing Spider-Man and the Predator finally duke it out. So if you're not reading this, give it a shot. You know, it's a great series so far. Here we have Spider-Girl, number 2, the Nogi-san variant. I'm not reading this. I just thought it was a cool cover, so I'm going to pick it up. Here we have Supergirl, number 3. This is cover A by Sophie Campbell. We have cover B by Stanley Liu, the Art Germ variant. Cover C by Leslie Lyrics Lee. And here we have cover D, the 1 in 25 Jolie Jones variant. This is gorgeous cover art. I'm going to try and pick up 2 copies if I can. I don't know how well this series is selling, so hopefully I can get it at my local LCS, but I may have to hit a couple of them to pick it up. So far, I've enjoyed the first 2 books. It's just been a fun read. It's not world ending. It's not universe ending. It's just Supergirl going home, finding out she has a doppelganger, and then trying to figure out what's going on. Why does nobody in the town believe she is the real Supergirl? So if that sounds interesting to you, you know, pick up the first 2 issues and give it a shot. Here we have Tex Arcanum, number 1. This is a new horror series that's coming out. It's got a lot going on this cover. When you first look at it, it looks like a simple cover, but if you look in the clouds, it looks like there's a banshee or something screaming. On the bottom left of the clouds, there's a train engine. There's a deer skull with the antlers. It looks like there's some type of snake or something's mouth coming out of the clouds. On the right side, you have some type of serpent or dragon. So there's a lot going on with this cover. I love horror books, so I'm going to pick this one up. Here we have This Ends Tonight, number 1. So when I first made these slides, this was on FOC. When I went back today to make sure everything was good, I found out that this got pushed to next week. It's here. I'm going to tell you about it, but just so you know, you'll probably see it again next week for FOC. This is cover A by Jay Lee. This is cover B, the 1 in 10 Jay Lee Kill Bill variant. And this is what got my attention. For all you Adam Hughes fans, this is cover D, the 1 in 25 Adam Hughes variant. And the 1 in 50 Adam Hughes Virgin variant. Now we have Transformers number 22. This is cover A by Daniel Warren Johnson. And cover C, which is the 1 in 10 David Nakayama Connecting variant. Here we have Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman, number 2. This is cover B, the Ben Oliver variant, which is the homage to the Batman Death in the Family. Cover C, the Edgeker variant. Cover D, the Tulalote variant. And here we have Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 1. This is the second printing. It's the 1 in 25 Kale New Virgin variant. I am one of the people who picks up the Marvel second print 1 in 25 Virgins. I do make sure I do pick them up at a decent price. I don't want to pay $75 to $100 for a 1 in 25. But I loved this cover when it first came out. It's a foil cover. And just having the Virgin, you know, without the trade dress on there, it's going to look amazing. So I'm going to pick it up. So in total, I have 39 books on FOC, 12 DC, 18 indies, 9 Marvel, and 9 ratios. And I had said before, if you're new to comic books or you want into comic books and you just don't know some of the nomenclature, we're going to go over some of it. FOC stands for the Final Order Cutoff. This is the last point which a retailer can submit an order with publishers and distributors. If you place your orders by the FOC, you are basically guaranteed your orders, pending ratio variance. If you don't know what ratios are or variance, we'll get to those in here in a minute. FOC is typically every Monday around noon. You can place your order before FOC, which is a good idea if you think that the comic you're looking for might sell out. So you can place your order for, with your comic shop a week or two before FOC. Once it comes up, you can take it to your shop and say, hey, can y'all pre-order this for me? And they'll get it in for you. Now we have variants. Variants are any cover other than cover A or the main cover. These include foils, virgins, guest artists, ratios, store exclusives, and convention exclusives, and so on. Typically, cover A or the main cover are the most collected by collectors, but some collectors love to get variants, just for the cover art or the artist. Some people just love a certain artist and they're buying the variants of that artist. So, collect what you love, but that's what variants are. And finally, we have ratios. Ratios are comics that a retailer has to have a specific number of copies ordered in order just to qualify to purchase a ratio book. So, for example, a 1 in 10, they need to order a minimum of 10 copies of the regular FOC or their variant. So 10 cover A's or 5 cover A's and 5 of the variants, if there are variants for that book. And that's just so they can qualify for 1 in 10. Typically, ratios are 1 in 10s, 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s, and 1 in 100s, and so on. Ratios typically cost what their ratio is. So a 1 in 10 is usually around $10. 1 in 25 is usually around 25, 50, and 100, and so on. They can vary, they can be a little less, they can be a little to a lot more, just depending on the book. But not all ratios are made the same. You would think a 1 in 100 or a 1 in 500 would be impossible to find or crazy expensive, but you can have some 1 in 10s that are on a smaller series that there's just not a lot of books ordered, and those can be some of the hardest ratios and expensive books if you're trying to pick them up on the secondary market. So if you see a ratio that you like, and don't be buying for investing, because you never know what's going to be going up, what's going to be going down. So buy what you like. So put in your ratio orders so you can try and at least, get one copy of it if you love that cover. And that's the end of Nerdy's FOC. If you liked what you saw and you thought that you got some good information, I would appreciate it if you subscribed, you liked. So we'll see you next time.